I'm brushing my teeth, I'm flossing, and instead of using the mouthwash, I'm using water with baking soda.
I guess this will be our second video, and what will we talk about today, Mihai?
Hello to everyone. We're talking about the teeth today.
Teeth.
My frustration with the teeth. I'm curious as to why do we have this problem with the teeth? I mean, the tooth is one of the hardest items that we have in our body.
Oh.
And that thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And that thing is just getting ruined real quick, really fast. And I don't understand why.
Well, I believe you were also referencing how dentists kind of don't treat teeth. They just kind of drill and fill.
Yes.
Instead of kind of helping you have good oral hygiene.
Yes. I mentioned this earlier to you about the frustration I have with the dentists. It doesn't look like these people are inherently bad people.
No,
it's
yeah.
just that they don't really tell you what you need to do to be able to take care of your teeth, or to actually not have cavities. Because that's what it starts. It starts with cavities, then it gets bigger, and then you lose, and eventually you lose the tooth.
Yeah, it goes from filling to crown to root canal to then just having dentures, correct? That would be the 4 stages of replacing all your teeth. And
yeah, I have.
I guess
implants.
those are treatments then.
Yes, you see, that's exactly what I don't agree with.
Instead of preventing a cavity from going in the first place.
That's not a treatment. That's absolutely not a treatment. So there's two approaches, I think, to this thing. One is preventive treatment, and nobody's in the business of preventing treatment because there's no money in it. Mm-hmm. And the other one would be providing treatment, which will probably include a certain type of drugs and procedures and so on and so forth. For example, let's bring this example with you break a hand, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You put it in a cast. I mean, your doctor puts it in a cast, and after a while, your hand is put back together, right? You can use it just like you used it before. Mm-hmm. And everything is just how it used to be before. Basically, that is a treatment. You came up with a broken arm, you got treated, now your hand is back together. Mm-hmm. Can they do that with the teeth?
I mean, I guess in a way it's different in treating, because a cavity is just a thing. You can't naturally rub cream on it and it'll go away. I mean, I don't know. Is there something like that? If they did, it'd probably be a cheaper option.
Well, my point is that they should not be calling it treatment. Teeth treatment. It's patching up. It's fixing. It's improving. But you will never. If
you're losing the natural organic minerals, like the calcium phosphates that grew up the enamel in the crown of the tooth, and now it's being filled with plastic. Or not necessarily plastic, but it's the same chemical composition, but it's not the same. It's like putting a metal rod in for a leg, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still works, but you're not as human as you once were.
But it's not as, the tooth is not how it used to be from the beginning. It's not how it's at initial state. So technically, whatever that doctor will do to your tooth, they'll mess it up.
It's like you have a check engine light on, just replace the whole engine. Oh, instead of actually diagnosing what part of it and how to come up with a solution, you're just kind of as dentists are, drilling and filling, and you're just plugging and chugging with mechanics. Or if you're a mechanic, as that example. So it's not really any diagnosis and help. But does teeth kind of lend themselves to be that way, because if you're sick, you can take medicine and you will be fine. As we were mentioning earlier, there's no such cream to that kills the cavity per se. So how do you go about getting something underneath the skin?
And makes your tooth grow back together how it used to be?
No, yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah, I've heard and I've listened or I've watched. I think there's no way to regrow a tooth. If it's gone, it's gone, right? Mm-hmm. But in our childhood, we do grow teeth. We lose our milk teeth, so to speak, and then we grow our, our next teeth, which are the permanent ones. So we do have the option. Well, the body has the program of growing new teeth where there was none before. So and then there's other stories about people growing two rows of teeth. There's other ones that a tooth falls, another one grows back in. And I think there's some research about what is different in those people's genes and what could be what could be altered in the rest of the people, to activate that gene or whatever it is. To instead of you having a tooth treated, you just
pull it out,
and another one grows in. So that would be actually treatment. That would be, pulling it out so that another one can grow. Yes, but drilling it or pulling it out and putting it a metal rod and putting another one on, or dentures, whatever it is not treatment. That's my frustration.
Okay, I can see that. In terms of like, you go to a dentist, with a cavity.
Yeah.
And of course, as we've kind of already discussed, there's no way you can kind of get rid of the cavity without breaking up your already good teeth, So, like, I guess the problem is also with not giving good ideas for treatments for preventative, let's just say preventative maintenance.
Yeah, they're
just there, and you go get a filling, and then afterwards they give you a candy. But sometimes they do give you a toothbrush and floss and stuff.
They do that. But I was getting upset with them, but then I realized there's no reason to be upset with them because they are in the business of fixing your teeth. They're in the business. If they prevent you or help you prevent your teeth to go, to get cavities, then they don't have a job.
Well, there is one thing I will say.
You don't go pay him for an advice, do you?
No, yeah. No, but you should. That should come along with the bill, though, If someone's going to drill and fill in my teeth, I should know, wait, did I really need a root canal? Or, sometimes they don't really give you options. And there's no, that kind of dentist to patient thing is kind of lost where, like, I remember when I got my first root canal, I was like, all right, well, how long what are the stages? What is a root canal? It sounds, it was expensive. I knew that much. But, like, they didn't really tell me, like, okay, first, they drill it out. Then they put a little implant. Then they wait for it to see if it even gets infected or something. They just tell you, all right, come back on this day. All right, now come back again. I remember one time I went to the dentist after my first root canal, put it in, flicked it. All right, you're good to go. And I was frustrated. I was like, what the heck? I missed work for this. And if you told me that, I would have just took like 3 hours off or something. So I feel like a lot of frustration from dentists is a lot of, like we were saying, is they're not being informative. You can give me a toothbrush all day long, but I know it's up to me to have due diligence, but I think it is a little bit of a responsibility of a dentist to also like kind of advise, or at least give advice like, okay, instead of getting the composite fillings,
manganese?
Manganese or
no, I don't know what it's called.
Oh my god, it's the one where you have like little metal gray stuff in there.
I had that
amalgam fillings.
That looks weird too. And apparently they're good, but they're weird.
Yeah, they look weird, but apparently they're more elastic. So okay, now I can understand why, maybe I would go with this option. And also the insurance covers it more. Okay, there's another option. But then like you look bad. So like maybe I would rather just keep coming here, and if I'm gonna have to drill and fill all the time anyways, I will just get the composite fillings anyways, because I'm gonna be cavity prone. Who cares? I'm gonna have dental insurance anyways. You're gonna get paid. I'm gonna have good looking teeth instead of having little dots, slabs in there.
So
they don't inform you as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I am going to say now too. That since I've been getting cavities, every single interaction that I had with a dentist, no dentist has ever told me what you need to do to prevent cavities. The basic answer would be brush your teeth twice a day, make sure you floss and you rinse. Use the mouthwash, and that's it. But nevertheless, we still get cavities. And these people that are doing, I don't know, there's people that are brushing their teeth after each meal, and they also floss. They also use the mouthwash, and they still get
They're
cavities.
practicing good etiquette. So at that point, it would be kind of maybe genetics.
So what's the problem? Well, come to find out, was what I was reading the other day, is that your cavities, the way the cavities appear is when your pH balance
In your mouth, within your mouth is off, like
is
the
off, so it
saliva.
goes low. So it goes low, and that happens when your pH is towards the acidic side. So if your pH in your mouth is supposed to be slightly base, the way it gets slightly acidic is most of the time after you eat food, but more than anything, it would be with sugary item, like anything that contains sugar, anything that is sweet.
Anything
That one
acidic,
going soda,
like lemonade or something.
and that probably would be the worst. That it gets you the acidity.
Pure sugar and pure acid.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're not rinsing, or you're not doing anything, you're just leaving your tooth in that environment for a longer time, what it happens is that your surface of your tooth is more prone to start developing cavities.
Yes.
So I'm not going to go in details. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional about how exactly that happens. But what I've been understanding and reading so far is that the cavity will develop in a tooth that is being pretty much soaked / percolated in in the acid, marinated in slightly acidic and sweet. Slightly acidic environment and sweet. And that happens. See, that's a doctor will probably tell, or a dentist will probably tell you, don't eat sweets, or you heard this probably in your in your childhood. Don't eat sweets, or you're gonna get your tooth,
Cavities.
you're gonna get bad teeth or whatever. Well, technically, the candies themselves don't get your teeth bad. It's what happens after that you don't care for them. You don't care for your environment in your mouth to prevent that cavity from happening. So with that being said, what I was thinking the other day, I'm like, okay, so if those people are brushing their teeth after each meal, and they floss and they use the mouthwash and rinse and whatnot, why do they still get it? And then I kind of trying to connect two and two together and realize
is it over hygiene?
No, think about it. Think about it. The toothpaste, all the toothpastes that I have been trying so far, unless like they're super old, the ones back in the days, they don't have any sugar. All of them are kind of sweet these days. So even after you're brushing your teeth, you leave kind of like a sweet environment in your mouth. Same thing goes for the mouthwash. All the mouthwashes that I've recently tried, they all have a sweet flavor. Yeah, and even after, it does feel clean and fresh, and like you probably killed the bacteria. But if you left that sweetness in your mouth, the bacteria, you left food for the bacteria, which will multiply. Now you got bacteria and sweet environment, which is it's not base.
So why do you think those products are sweeter? Is it because maybe consumers won't buy them if they taste like garbage?
Yes, exactly. That's what it is. I think it's just to make them feel it
more appealing,
more easy to use, and more pleasant.
Maybe they use a lower concentration of that stuff, just enough to wet your whistle, so to speak.
Yeah.
That way you're like, okay, this doesn't taste like absolute. I'm trying to think of something that tastes really boring, but it's good for you, because I guess NyQuil would be like that, where it tastes kind of terrible.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna heal you.
How about let's bring something that is in nature, right? How often do you eat celery? Just, I'm really hungry for it, right?
Unless it's mixed with something, never.
Yeah, unless it's has some ranch, you're probably not gonna.
Oh no, not even with wings. I don't even eat them with wings. I think I eat them in like Asian food dishes, Asian food.
I'm talking about ranch. I'm just saying
ranch or celery.
I said, unless there's ranch, I'm not going to eat that celery, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, because you need a sweetener.
I need something.
Like a chaser, so to speak.
Yeah, I need some flavor. To me, the celery itself. So celery is good for you and your health, but...
Oh, vegetables.
Right? It's good for your health, right? but it's not that appealing, right?
Yeah.
So I think.
How do you make celery more appealing? Add some sugar too.
For sure, add some.
So I guess there's also a flaw in us too, that we don't want to put things that aren't sweet. You know?
But what the whole purpose of this video, I think, and for everyone that was watching us, is that bottom line is what you need to do is not just brush your teeth, not just floss, and not just mouthwash. But make sure that your environment in your mouth is slightly base. Mm-hmm. So slightly base, that means it's normal pH is what, 5.5 or something?
Normal is 7.
Normal is 7?
It goes from 0 to 14. 1 to 7 is acidic, and
okay, so then slightly would be 8, let's say that?
Somewhere around there, maybe.
I received an advice from someone. Let's cut this a little bit. So what I wanted to say is that what I heard is to create your base, is to create your environment in your mouth base. Mm-hmm. The best thing and the cheapest one that you could afford, it would be water and baking soda. So you just make a mixture of water and baking soda. You don't go crazy. I think you go like like half a teaspoon of on a cup, or half a cup of water.
Would you say would it help if you warmed up that water when you drank it?
I guess
I've heard of things where the reason why coffee stains your teeth is because it's warm. So when it goes in, the gums they kind of expand.
Could be.
So they absorb the coloring of the coffee more.
Anything that is actually it's working for you. If you're getting ice cold water, I don't think you want to rinse your mouth with ice cold water. But if
you don't want not boiling water either.
Yeah, I don't want boiling water either.
That sweet spot, that pH balance.
So what I told myself is that in October, I believe I have I have an appointment with my dentist, and it's for cleaning. So whoever cleans, they actually measure your gums to see that they're not receding. They also measure I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they're checking your teeth up and down. And they also will tell you, have you done a good job at flossing and brushing your teeth? Okay, so I'm brushing my teeth, I'm flossing, and instead of using the mouthwash, I'm using water with baking soda. Mm-hmm. And and that's how I go to bed. I make sure that I go to bed without an environment, acidic or sweet environment in my mouth. And let's see, 9 months, right now it's February. Mm-hmm. I started in the beginning of February. Started beginning of February, so it'll be February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That would be
October.
That would be 9 months.
Okay.
So in 9 months, I'll go and I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah. And if because there's always something. No matter how hard I brush, no matter how hard I floss and I take care of my teeth, there's always some type of cleaning going on. There's always
Oh yeah, what's it called? You always develop plaque, no matter what. It's just
how.
I mean, it's just the medium of a toothbrush. It's not like a laser, precision. If I were to cut something, I can cut it to, let's say tenths of an inch, but a robot, can cut up to 1,000th of an inch or something, and it's just kind of a flaw, but like a brush. You can't catch everything,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, you can try as much as you want, but a lot of things that also come into play is genetics, and
that would be too
stress
probably, yeah.
too. I mean, if you're susceptible to stress, I remember, I developed hives once out of stress. And, sometimes people lose their teeth. They, for some reason, their whatever nutrients that's supposed to go there doesn't go there, and then they lose it. Or if they grind their teeth, maybe, they don't even know. I know also if you work with pesticides, your teeth kind of, I don't know obviously if it's strong enough to kill bugs, for some reason also kills your teeth too. So,
wow.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in preventive maintenance. But I guess the main takeaway is that, dentists aren't here to care about your oral health. They're just here to drill and fill.
Yeah.
And I guess it's up to... And of course, I'm sure once asked, they would tell you.
Yeah.
But in my experience, I've had pretty poor experience with dentists where I'm thinking I'm seeing this guy and no, it's this lady who's training is now going to drill and fill me. All right, whatever. And then, I guess that's just how the business goes. I'm not really in the medical field or that or anything, but there's a lot of discrepancies that I feel like it makes me I want to ask questions, but I don't even know if I'm asking the right people and all that kind of stuff. I just recently found out, I went to the dentist. I was like, oh, can I borrow a toothbrush? I didn't brush my teeth before I got here. And they're like, what? You don't need to do that. Sit down. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, I don't even know. I thought I was supposed to brush my teeth before I came here. That way, like, there's nothing there. But apparently they don't even care about that. So
Yeah, no.
a bunch of weird stuff. I'm kind of...
Well, I just didn't ever hear about no one talking. I never heard anyone talking about the you need to keep your mouth in a slightly base environment, you know. And our
You know what?
saliva is base, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. And
Oh,
saliva is very important for your.
Yeah, apparently that's what, like the little protective, like a protective membrane, a natural protective membrane for teeth and
Yes.
stuff. So.
Yes.
I have poor teeth. I've had poor teeth my whole life. I've had 2 root canals and 1 crown already at this point, and I have like 6 other fillings that I got to do at the dentist. I need to actually call them at some point.
I don't think it's you have. That's that bad. Because at 29, 28, right? 29?
29, yeah.
Yeah, at 29, you're having you already have 2 root canals.
Yeah, so they're gonna last
There's
for
people-
another 20 years. So
There's
I'm gonna be
people.
good
There's
on this.
people that got already 4 by this age.
Yeah, that's true too. Like I say, yeah, genetics, you know,
Yeah.
and stress levels and kind of environmental factors too. Yeah, you know.
All right. Well, if there's anything else that you could do to keep them healthy for a longer time, and that it would be the answer, I would go all the way in for it.
Yeah, probably.
And I'll be the one to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
I'll be the one
so
to
in 9
say
months,
something about
You're gonna be because you're gonna be trying your baking soda water mix.
Yeah, it's like a routine. Like it's I do
How many
that.
times a day do you do that?
I do that.
Just before you go to bed, or?
I do that before going to bed because, we're going to bed and we're sleeping for what, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and I don't want during that time for my teeth to be in that, anything
Exposed.
but base environment. So
Mhm.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
With that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the insightful conversation we had.
Thanks for watching us.
Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe if you find this valuable,
Smash the like button.
and notification button.
Yes.